Thanks, Rachel. Well, we'll pick things up on Thursday late, where we are going to be seeing that residual moisture you were just mentioning move off towards the east. We're still going to have those northerly winds, so cooler temperatures. And then our next system comes in late day Saturday. We are going to be seeing that moisture pick up down towards the southwest. Anywhere along that warm front, we'll see the heavier showers. This is going to be Saturday afternoon. Wet, but mild with that southwesterly wind. Come Sunday, things are going to start to change with this cold front. We are going to see the ushering in of very cold northwesterly winds. So we are going to be seeing lake effect pick up. We are going to be seeing some mixing and the potential for some light snow. 9 degrees for a temperature on Saturday. And then as we get into Sunday, well, those temperatures dropping dramatically within that 12-hour window, only seeing a daytime high of 3. Your local details start right now. With our winter forecast right around the corner, we want to know, what is your favorite winter activity or your outdoor activity in the wintertime? All right, first one, skiing, boarding, skating, hockey, building a snowman. We have a great article online, by the way, of how to make the perfect snowman. You can check that out at theweathernetwork.com. Snowball fights, hey, those aren't allowed anymore. Or you tell us. We would love to hear from you. Just send us your vote at Weather Network on our Twitter account. And again, our winter forecast premieres on the 20th of November. It's an all-day event. You do not want to miss it. Good morning. Your Weather Wake Up continues with Emily Vukovic and Rachel Schutzen. Rachel, we're talking about the rain moving in today. I'm really hoping that my husband remembers to put rain boots on my kids, because it's not going to start until later on this afternoon. It's not a morning story. So you're thinking, oh, running shoes will be fine. No, put rain boots on them, because 3 to 6.
Hopefully he's listening right now.
Ryan, put rain boots on the kids.
Yeah, we know. Earlier we were thinking that this rain would be with us closer to lunchtime. It's really started to slow down. And as we take a closer look here, you can see showers over top of the Bruce Peninsula. But other than that, we are not talking about much moisture. Looks like a couple flurries, too, just moved through Huntsville.
Yeah, it's cold enough to the north, that's for sure. And that's going to be kind of the trend as we get into this weekend storm. We'll talk about that. Daytime highs, not bad. We've got southwesterly winds for the most part. City of Toronto fluctuating 7-8 degrees, and through London, 7. Ottawa, even Ottawa getting above the freezing mark, which is good.
Yeah, and the key here is dry right through to the afternoon. You really have to wait between 3 and 6 p.m. tonight. That's when those showers start to push in. This evening, 7 in Toronto. The winds will be very strong today as well. So those winds out of the south helping to warm us up, but I think the gusts could be closer to 50 in the afternoon.
Yeah, so if you haven't raked your leaves, they're now your neighbor's turn.
And if it's garbage day today, make sure, well, I don't know.
That's the worst.
How can you actually avoid that on garbage day?
You can't.
I come home sometimes to my streets and it looks like a bomb has gone off on a windy day.
Where's my recycling bin?
It's crazy. I don't know. I don't have any advice for you.
That's why you label it. That's it. That's my only advice. All right, rainfall amounts, we're looking at 20 to 30 millimeters up towards the Nickel Belt, but anything south of that, I mean, we're seeing little pockets of heavier moisture around London and in through Kitchener and Waterloo, but Toronto, 5 millimeters, so not incredibly heavy amounts of moisture. But if you haven't raked your leaves, they are going to be a wet, sloppy mess to clean up.
Yeah, what a mess. And as we get you into Thursday morning, what you need to know here is temperatures will peak in the morning and fall throughout the day. And with a little bit of moisture still left in the atmosphere here, we could get a bit of mixing. Places like Guelph, even Kitchener, Barrie, Collingwood, we're looking at you for that, and then generally clearing throughout the day on Thursday.
But look at the shift in the direction of the winds coming in from more of a northerly direction. So here's what Rachel was just mentioning. Huntsville through Barrie, that's kind of our pocket to see that mixed precipitation. Still too warm for the city of Toronto. Lingering showers. And then as we get closer to the weekend, well, things are still going to deteriorate.
Yes, we have this moving in for the weekend. Think wet on Saturday, snow and cold coming in for Sunday. It's a bit of a mix across southern Ontario.
Yeah, the Hamilton Santa Claus Parade is on Saturday, so umbrellas certainly needed. Rain boots if you're sitting on a float. Oof, it's not going to be pretty. And then Sunday, of course, that cool down for the Toronto Santa Claus Parade. Toque, mitts, gloves, the whole bit.
All right, now tonight it's going to be raining, so it's a great night to be sitting on the couch and watching these guys take on a volcano. They are heading to Vanuatu. That's Storm Hunters tonight here on the Weather Network at 9 p.m. Right now, though, your local forecast. It's Wednesday morning, a clear start to the day so far, but showers are moving into the picture. Rachel Schutzen, Emily Vukovic here with you. And Emily, let's get into the radar this morning.
All right, well, here's the system. We've got it further off towards the west, down through the United States. Colorado low, it's going to be slinking its way in. And this fine line right here, there's our cold temperatures, Rachel. We're actually, as we zoom in, see a few isolated flurries through the Huntsville area, just moving out. Behind it, all rain. Temperatures are too warm.
And we are going to be feeling warm today. That warm up continues for us about 7-8 degrees a daytime high, strong southerly winds. That's why we are feeling on the mild side today. And with the rain, Emily, about 5 millimeters.
Yeah, really not a ton for us, but in the timing of this, it's really kind of 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So if you are heading home from school, think about the rain jacket, the rain boots for the kids, maybe not an umbrella, depending on how long they're outside. This evening, if you're heading out for dinner, 7 degrees, feeling closer to 3. Those southwesterly winds, they're going to be fairly gusty today. So if you haven't raked your leaves, well, they'll be your neighbor's problem now, so don't worry about it.
Good point. As we get you into Thursday morning, Thursday's going to be an interesting day. Today is all about the southerly wind, the strong southerly winds. Tomorrow is going to be about the northerly wind coming back and temperatures falling. So this is Thursday morning here. Look at Barrie, 4 degrees in the morning, but then we go into the afternoon and Barrie is down to about 3 with some mixing.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be what's on the backside of that. You know, the winds, they do everything. So if they're coming from the south, they warm us up. If they're coming in from the north, they cool us down. And that's really going to happen on the weekend as well, when we do have a system coming through, bringing us rain, wind, and a little bit of snow.
A little bit of snow. So this is the system here. If you have a Santa Claus parade, for example, on Saturday, it's going to feel like it's a different season compared to if you have one on Sunday.
Yeah, and if you're going to both, say you're going to the one in Hamilton on Saturday, umbrella. If you're going to the one in Toronto on Sunday, bring your toque.
Yes, this is the upper level low that's moving in. The colder air continues to essentially filter in right across southern Ontario, and that's when the lake effect also starts to set up.
All right, we've been talking about winter-like weather moving in through southern Ontario. Atlantic Canada also going to be feeling that cool down. We asked Atlantic Canadians how they feel about the winter forecast and what they're looking forward to.
Christmas shopping, snow tires.
You've started your Christmas shopping, haven't you?
I do. I have a little shelf in my closet hidden, and I have my small gifts there, like stocking gifts ready.
I have nothing. I have kids, and I have nothing. I haven't even thought, I wonder what my kids want for Christmas. Nothing. I've done nothing.
Okay, so tonight you can go Christmas shopping, and I'm going to sit on the couch and watch these guys. The Storm Hunters, they are on the Weather Network tonight. They are going into a volcano in Vanuatu.
The crater actually is the same size that could potentially fit one of the world's tallest buildings.
Wow.
George was mentioning, and I'm just going to throw out a teaser here, he said that less people have been to where him and Mark were than on the moon.
And you can see it tonight here on the Weather Network. That episode airs at 9 p.m. Right now, though, you're local.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. It's Wednesday. It is November the 15th. Rachel Schutzen, Emily Vukovic joining you. We're talking about rain moving in throughout the city of Toronto today and a very wintry brush to the weekend.
Yes. It really depends what direction the wind is coming from in terms of the temperatures this time of year. Huge differences, and we'll explain that. Rain moves in late afternoon into the evening for us. Southerly wind today, so it's all rain. No one's shoveling out today.
Except for to the north. And if, traveling up towards Sudbury or, say, North Bay, yes, you could be dealing with some snow. But for us, yes, it's a rain story. So taking a look at some of the, do we have the radar? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, yeah, let's go to the radar here. Yeah, let's go to the radar.
Here we go. Taking a look at this rain, here it is to the west of us. It is going to be moving in later on this afternoon. So you probably won't need your umbrella this morning, but if you're planning on being late at work, anywhere between kind of 3 and 6, you'll need it this afternoon.
You will, and we've seen just a little bit of snow, some light flurries this morning throughout Huntsville. But within southern Ontario, just want to show you outside right now. This is a live look at the 427.
About 5 millimeters of rain with this next system coming in for the city. We could see little pockets of heavier rain, London up through Kincardine and mostly up towards the north.
And as we get into this evening, that's when the rain will be steady throughout southern Ontario, about 7 degrees, warming conditions really into the morning and then falling throughout the day on Thursday. So Thursday's going to be interesting. I like this graphic here, Emily. Barrie, 4 degrees into Thursday morning. We take you, Barrie, into the afternoon down to 3 with the potential for some mixing. So it's the cooler air that's coming in.
It all has to do with the winds. Southerly wind versus that northwesterly wind, and that's what's going to be happening behind that cold front. And that sets us up for the system that we're going to be dealing with this weekend as well. Come Saturday, Santa Claus parades anywhere through Hamilton. I think Milton's is also on Saturday.
Yes.
Umbrella, you'll need it because it is going to be a bit of a soggy one.
If your Santa Claus parade is on Sunday, the big one in Toronto, you have much more of a wintry feel. And that's because this upper low is coming into play, dragging in some of that colder air in behind it. And we even have the potential of getting into some lake effect snow throughout the day on Sunday as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Santa would mind a little bit of snow.
I don't think so.
What
It's going to set the stage, set the theme, right? On Saturday here.
Ooh, wet in Oakville. 10 degrees though. That's that southwesterly wind. And then Oshawa getting up to 8 degrees. Newmarket 8. And then Sunday, a huge dramatic change in temperatures. Only 2 through Markham. Newmarket 1. There's that little bit of snow. So there's Santa being happy on Sunday for the Santa Claus parade. Because Santa's all dressed for it, right?
He will be. Yeah, Santa's not going to be cold at all. But maybe you sitting in the stands eating cotton candy. People eat cotton candy at Santa Claus parades, right?
I would eat cotton candy at a Santa Claus parade.
I think I would too. Yeah. We're going to watch out for some snow though developing as we go into Sunday here. And when we come back, Force of Nature is just around the corner. We've seen tons of action along the West Coast.
Where you left off. Thursday, late day. We're going to see that residual moisture track its way towards the east. We're going to see a bit of a clearing through the overnight. Friday, not a bad day, but then comes Saturday, early morning, we'll start to see the rain moving in. Now, we've got a southwesterly wind, so temperatures, they're going to bump back up again. Things are going to start to get mild, but it's going to be short-lived. We're looking at wet and windy. Cold front comes through the overnight, and then on Sunday, that's when the potential for much cooler air ushers in behind it. Those northwesterly winds, temperatures are going to be dropping significantly. Now, I know places like Hamilton, you've got your Santa Claus parade on Saturday. Think about an umbrella. Toronto, Sunday, think about a toque. Things are really going to change according to the temperatures. 9 degrees for Saturday. Hamilton seeing a daytime high of 10. Then we're going to start to see those winds change. We've got that 12-hour window of aligned winds, so lake effect certainly going to be a potential. And then look at the temperature contrast. For Toronto on Sunday, we're only looking at a daytime high of 3 degrees. Up in Newmarket, only seeing a daytime high of 1 with flurries in the forecast. Your local details start right now.
A very good morning to you, and happy already halfway through November.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It is incredible, and that means our winter forecast next Monday.
Oh yeah, we've got the all-day event. It's premiering on Monday. It is going to be full of tons of amazing information. We've got lots of snow in the forecast for this weekend for some. We've got lots of rain in the forecast this weekend for some. Today, we even have some rain moving in.
We do, and I want to take you to the radar here and show you, or not the radar actually, the amount of rain that we're tracking. 5 millimeters generally across the GTA, but the timing on this is going to be key. This morning, the rush hour drive, we've seen a few peaks of sun. The sun was trying really hard to come out. It wasn't a sunny morning by any means, but it's going to be dry through the morning, dry through the afternoon. About 3 to 6 p.m., that's when the rain's going to move in.
Yeah, so rain boots for the kids heading home from school. They may not need them on the way too. We do have temperatures that are going to be fluctuating on and off depending on where you are on what side of this cold front. So we've got the system coming in, and the head of it, it's going to be all rain. But behind it, you can see the wraparound, these northwesterly winds. They're going to be coming in behind it, giving us a dramatic cool down through the overnight, and areas just north of the city seeing a little bit of mixing.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be interesting because the warmest part of Thursday is actually going to happen through the overnight and into the early morning hours. Then temperatures falling throughout the day. So this afternoon, for example, we're 8 degrees in Toronto. Looks like Toronto's almost in like a little umbrella, like a bubble, right? We got the sunshine, everybody else has the rain. What's going on there? That's just because the way the front is moving in.
It's our bubble.
Yeah, the weather bubble of Toronto. Yeah. So throughout the afternoon, Toronto should be dry, but again, into the evening hours, that's when the rain pushes in.
All right, so 7 degrees, feeling more like 3. Those southwesterly winds at about 30 kilometers an hour, and then they're going to shift direction. A huge contrast in terms of our temperature. Thursday morning, you can see temperatures are actually going to be milder in the morning than they are going to be in the afternoon because of that cold front. Newmarket, we could see a little bit of mixing by the afternoon, 4 degrees.
All right, we've been talking more about mixing and snow and cold, lake effects, so many things that come into play when we talk winter, right? So this was the question that we had. The most important thing to get done before winter. What are you voting for? The winter tires.
I pick A every time.
And have you booked
when
your
in doubt,
appointment?
pick C, but of course I haven't booked my appointment. What, do I look organized? Do I look organized? Get the Christmas lights up. I bet you've done that already, haven't you?
I'm slowly getting into the Christmas
She totally
shopping.
has.
You know what? We asked people in Nova Scotia what they need to do before winter starts. Have a listen.
Christmas shopping.
Priorities.
Sweet, right?
Priorities.
See, I was thinking you Christmas lights. Anyways, our winter forecast premieres here on the 20th. Are you winter ready? It's an all-day event. You do not want to miss it.
All right, and coming up next, the sunshine in the winter. It's hard to get sometimes, and that means for many of us, we are lacking vitamin D. Coming up in our next segment, we check in with the naturopath about the low levels and how you can get more. We've got a solution. That's next.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. Emily Vukovic and Rachel Schutzen with you. We've got rain to talk about moving in through the GTA. We're flirting with a little bit of sunshine before then, though, Rachel.
I know, it's been nice. I actually ran over to the window. I'm like, oh, there it is, the natural vitamin D. You know, it's been quite a while since we've actually seen sunny skies across southern Ontario. So a little few peaks this morning. Enjoy it now because this is coming for us.
Yeah, we do have rain on the way in some areas, snow in others. Huntsville, you saw a little light dusting. A little bit of mixing up in that region, but yes, this rain is going to start to move in through the GTA in between the hours of about 3 and 6 p.m. So if you are planning on heading out, bring rain gear.
Yeah, and the kids walking home from school, depending on where you live, if you're west of Toronto, you're likely to see that rain a little bit earlier than, let's say, east Toronto over towards Uxbridge, Pickering. So think rain as the kids are walking home for places like Kitchener. 5 millimeters on the way.
Yeah, not a ton of rain. Now this story gets interesting because once this rain moves out, on the back side of this, we could actually see a little bit of snow. We'll show you that in a sec. This evening we're looking at 7 degrees, feeling more like 3 with those southwest winds coming in at 27 kilometers an hour. So a fairly gusty evening as well.
Yeah, and the winds I think are going to be even stronger throughout the afternoon. We're looking at gusts around 40 to 50 kilometers an hour. So let's say you already did hang up the Christmas lights or the Christmas decorations. I think that Santa is going to be flying in the wind today.
You didn't bat him down, that's for sure. 5 degrees for the morning temperature throughout tomorrow morning, and then it gets interesting as we go further north. Temperatures are actually going to start to drop throughout the day because of that cold front. So that's where we could see a little bit of mixing transitioning into that precipitation.
So Barrie, 4 in the morning, 3 as we go into the afternoon, mixing for cottage country as well. Toronto should be staying warm enough on Thursday that we won't be seeing any snow in Toronto, but a little bit of lake effect as we go into the weekend looks like a greater potential for that.
Yeah, the setup is there. We've got the rain starting with those southwesterly winds. Cold front comes through Saturday overnight, wrap around. We start to see those northwesterly winds coming off of Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. That's that fetch that we're going to be dealing with, and that's where we're going to see those heavier lake effect amounts.
And you know, quite often in the wintertime when we do see lows like this come by, it's warm to start, and then on the back end, that colder air filters down, and that really is the perfect setup for some lake effect. So I want to show you the difference here between Saturday.
Daytime high of 3 and Pickering, Markham, Newmarket, Santa Claus parades. Everybody can see a little bit of snow.
All right, the lake effect setting up could be lasting into Monday as well. So Emily, tonight's a rainy night.
Out of storm hunters, it is all about them hanging out in the bottom of a volcano.
Just incredible. 9 p.m. here on the Weather Network. You can catch them in Vanuatu.